Hola, guys. Senora Holly, Maestra Holly here to talk to you about the verb ear and the fancy cheat way that we can use it to talk about the future. So that's the verb ear means to go, and the conjugations it's in the regular form are voy, vas. All right, that's an A. Va, vamos. That's an O. Vice and van. Okay, so if you have watched the video on how to conjugate verbs, you'll know that each of those corresponds with a different group of subject pronouns or a different subject pronoun, and that those are the different ways that we use ear based on who the subject, who is doing the action, who is going. But there's a phrase that we use a lot in Spanish. It's called ir a plus an infinitive verb. Okay. Now, if you watched the videos or reviewed the resources on verb conjugation, you know that infinitive is a verb that has not been conjugated. So it has the word to in front of it. Some examples of infinitive verbs in Spanish would be comer, which means my pen is having issues today. Sorry, guys. To eat. Okay. Or like leer, which would be to read. Okay, so these are examples of infinitive verbs. In Spanish, they end in the ER or AR. Here's an AR verb, hablar. That means to talk. Okay, so remember that in Spanish, all verbs end in either AR, ER, or IR. An example of another IR verb other than ear itself, which is just IR, would be vivir, which means to live. Sorry. So if I look at these infinitive verbs I've written here, that's an E. I've got an IR verb, I've got an ER verb, and I've got an AR verb. All Spanish verbs end in either ER, AR, or IR, and infinitive verbs have the word to in front of them. Okay, so now that we know what an infinitive verb is, let's practice using this construct, this cheat way to talk about the future using the verb ear, which can be conjugated in the present tense as voy, vas, va, vamos, vais, van. Okay, so I want to use this little rule right here. Ear, a plus the infinitive. It means to be going to. Like you might say, I'm going to eat, right? Or I'm going to sleep. And we usually, after this, we're going to put a verb. Okay, it's a little bit different than if you say, like, I'm going to the store. Okay, this is like to be going to do an action. So the way you use it is you first conjugate the verb ear for the subject. So let's say that I'm translating the sentence. I'm going to use this text button here. So let's say I'm using the sentence, I am going to cry. Okay, I am going to cry. I need to change. I am going is going to be all encapsulated in whatever form I choose for ear. So since the yo form, the I form of ear is voy, it would be voy. Okay, so there's my ear. If I look back up here at my little statement, I've got the ear part. Now I need a. And then I need the infinitive verb. Well, the infinitive verb for to cry is llorar. Voy a llorar. I am going to cry. Okay, let's think about what if I want to say I am going to play. Okay, no, actually, let's say you are going to play. So then we need vas, because that's the you form of ear. Vas a jugar. And we can add more to it. So I could say, vas a jugar, like you're going to play football. Okay, so I'd say football. Vas a jugar football. You are going to play football. So you can see that it's working. It is a little workaround so you can speak about the future. So that's a little bit about the ear construct. If you have any questions, please reach out and I'm always happy to answer them. Bye, guys. Adios.